Is this working? Is this working? Let's begin. Hi, this is your astrologer Kira. I know the lighting is awful. Right now I have the battery this on this camera, and I wanted to tell you some things. I don't mind if the lighting is awful, if I look awful and so on, because I have two very important videos, two very important informations. I've just checked a few days ago uh, how this eclipse will look like, and how the whole next year will look for us all. And I was shocked and I was afraid, and I don't have such good news to bring you. So let me begin by telling that this new total solar eclipse will take place in the sign of Capricorn for the Western astrology, and it will happen around the ninth degree of Capricorn. As for Vedic astrology, it will take place in the sign of Sagittarius, I think. Yes, it is. And it will take place in the Mula nakshatra, which means the roots. This is very important nakshatra because this is the home place of the north node of the moon Rahu. However, in this case, Rahu won't be there. It will be all on the opposite side in Adra nakshatra. You don't have to know all those details, but what I'm about to tell you will be very important in the terms of the world politics and everything else. So, in this eclipse, we will have huge cluster of planets gathering around the point of the eclipse, and we will have Sun, Moon, and Jupiter right on the Ketu, on the south node of the Moon. Uh, this is something astronomical, but let's not talk about Ketu right now. In astronomical terms, you just have to know that Ketu is a calculative point in astrology. It's not the real body. No, I won't tell you about the moon's line intersecting the sun line and so on. You have to know that according to Vedic astrology, Ketu loves being with the moon and Jupiter because it gets its head back. It's a very spiritual type of the point in astrology, and when together with moon and Jupiter, that's the aspect my daughter has. That means very scientific or spiritual mind, inclined to physics, chemistry, all sorts of old teachings and so on, and getting into small details, because she's dissecting the atoms right now on her college. uh, she's studying quantum mechanics and so on, all those sorts of things, and she's the god for that. But in this case, in the case of this eclipse, we will have Sun, Jupiter, and Moon in the sign of Capricorn for Western astrology, or the sign of Sagittarius in Vedic astrology. I will do you predictions for the Western astrology, so don't get confused about that. Mercury will be very close to this eclipse on one side, and Saturn and Pluto on the other side, and Venus is in the sign of Aquarius, making a square to Uranus, while Mars is in the sign of Scorpio, making a sextile positive aspect toward Saturn and Pluto. So, in general terms, this eclipse will last 5 hours and 40 and something minutes in total. You can check the NASA site and so on. And this means that we will feel the consequences of this eclipse for the next 5 years and 7 months. It will be very powerful eclipse. You won't feel it right away. Some of you might well, some of you don't, but I expect you will all feel it around the February. Starting from February, we will get in the wild ride all through the summer and the fall months and so on and so on, because I can see that this eclipse will initiate the Great World War. And when many people, and I hate myself for saying this, when many people ask me, can you see my little tree there, which is not important at all, but I had to rest my brain because I have written some very hard things about the incoming war and so on. When people ask me all the time, will India be involved with Pakistan and so on and so on, then I shout, no. I can see the line of this eclipse starting in the Middle East, involving Arabic countries like United Arabic Kingdom and Iran, Iraq, southern part of India, and going all over Southeast Asia, involving even Australia. So I think that this will be the initiation of the Euro-Asian war, but I sincerely hope that Eurasia will be united, so the enemy will come from outside. We'll have we'll have lots of victims and lots of pains and so on, but I will give you this type of prediction in the next video when I will do the yearly overcast, the astrology analysis overview of the 2020. Okay, let me see what we have here. This eclipse will announce some important political events, turmoil, and the only beneficial thing here is exceptionally good aspect with the planet Uranus in the sign of Taurus for now, because I can see some very I could see some volcano eruptions, some earthquakes, very lots of human victims and so on happening throughout the late spring and summer of this year. For now, this is exceptionally good aspect because it indicates some genuinely new ideas which are coming from some old sources. People will tend to think of something very old, like alchemy, like mining techniques, like anthropology, archaeology, and so on, and we will see some breakthroughs in those areas. We will also see the huge breakthroughs when it comes to mining in general, precious stones, doing land, farming. Farming will be very lucrative business for you to do in the next few years. Uh, if not, if nothing else happens, it will be lucrative because of this war I can see going on. So the food will be very expensive, and some people will get very rich during this time. As always, in the times of crisis, billionaires are made. So be the one of them. And then what can I see regarding the signs? This will be the most significant eclipse going on for the sign of Capricorn and Cancer. It will deal with their me and you, we as a partners and so on. Many couples will get divorced, many couples will get married and so on, but this will mark the start of some new phase in the relationships and also in the partnerships, not just marriage, as the business relationships, which will be a good thing. And many people will get rich in the next 5 years due to this eclipse, and those people will be Cancers and Capricorns, although they won't have the easy time going on in their lives, but they will get a big payoff of their efforts. Also, this eclipse will do good for the sign of Taurus and Virgo, because it forms the trine to their natal planets. No, Taurus will get some major ideas and get some things moving, or they will make a breakthrough when it comes to their higher education. I don't just mean going to college, but I mean conquering some new skills and getting some knowledge about how the business is made and how the game is played, what are the rules, who are the major players, networking, and so on and so on. And this will be very significant for you. You will also get some great new ideas and so on. Virgos will tend to dream and be poetic or confused or drugged or drunk or anything, but this eclipse will help them because their love life will move them in some way, will wake them up. Some of them will use this aspect to involve in some artistic or scientific works which will involve Neptune, which is chemistry or poetry and so on, pharmaceutical industry, but in negative cases, this is drugs and this is fog and this is addiction and so on. So you have the choice to use those current forces in your favor or against yourself. That's your free will. Okay, for the sign of Aquarius and Leo, this will take place in their 6th and 12th houses, so you should be extremely cautious of your health. You could have some prophetic dreams. You might get attacked in the night by some organized bunch of people. Leo should take care about their stomach, liquid intake, food, and so on, digestion, while Aquarius should take care about their hidden enemies. And because right now this eclipse will show them who are some of their hidden enemies. This doesn't necessarily mean that hidden enemies are some foreign people or people around them. Something in them could be enemy to them. As I always say, I am my biggest enemy, so you might become aware of this. At the same time, I forgot to tell you, Venus is making a square to Uranus, and this is not good for love affairs because this is some kind of easy breezy on and off friends with benefits. I hate friends with benefits. When someone asks me, we are friends with benefits, will we ever become something more? And I say, no, 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 you won't, he doesn't respect you. Bye. Why did you get yourself playing the role of someone with friends with benefits? You don't do it like this. Women, respected women, and women who have their own lives and values and so on, never ever agree to become friends with benefits. And many women will become aware of this aspect because um, it won't be working right now. It will be working for the next almost 5 years. You will listen the echoes of this aspect. So be careful, my darlings, and use your brain. Don't agree to become friends with benefits with anyone. Keep on to your values, and your values are traditional values because it's your biology that sets the rules to your love relationships, not some new thoughts, new teachings, and so on about men and women. People will hate me for this, but I had to say it. And this Neptune in sextile with Saturn and Pluto is great for chemistry and discovering some new elements and something regarding the soil. Some deep experiments done in some closed laboratories and so on and so on. Okay, for Pisces and just a moment. For Pisces and for Sagittarius, okay, for Sagittarius, this will mark the huge change in their financial life. And for Pisces, this will mark the huge change in their social circles, friendships, and so on. Some new people will come, some new people will guide you. And for some Sagittarius, I could say you might even play lottery, but don't depend on this. Depend more on some new idea that will suddenly cross your mind, and you will make money. Just a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through some talents you possess, dealing with entertainment industry, dealing with your children, doing business deals or proposals with your children. Something which seemed odd or crazy to you now will become workable. you will make it. Then, for the sign of Scorpio, this is extremely dangerous eclipse because it will happen in their third house. And I will ask you, all Scorpios in Western astrology, to take care about your health and to take care about your behavior when you are in the traffic, when you are driving, because I can see many traffic accidents happening very soon. On the other side, you might publish a book, you might change the way you communicate. Something could happen to your siblings or very close friends and so on. For the sign of Aries, this will happen in their 10th house, and this will mark the huge change in their career because they felt like they are cursed and they are lost and so on. Now things are suddenly changing. It won't be easy. No, 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 no. You will feel overwhelmed, especially in the first 4 months of the next year, but it will be worth of your efforts and skills and everything. For Libra, this is happening in your fourth house, and you will feel burdened by the events happening in your fourth house related to your mother, parental figures, grandmothers, mothers, and so on. You will feel the need to change the properties, to buy new properties, to move your place of residence, to go anywhere else because you had it up here, living there, to clean your space. And these are all good ideas. If you cannot buy or purchase the new property, apartment, house, home, anything, you cannot move, then you should at least clean your home and get rid of some old things. But while you are doing those minimalistic changes, you should check all those old things because some of them could be very valuable and you could sell them. So please check every item going through your hands. For the sign of Gemini, I said about Virgo, Leo, Cancer. For Cancer, this could mean huge changes regarding their marriage and some doom and gloom energies that they were feeling a long time ago. They will feel it for at least 6 months more. They will have to fight. They hate to fight. I know, I understand, but what can I do? And for the sign of Gemini, this eclipse will take place in their 8th house. Also, be very careful regarding your health, especially regarding your sexual activities, because you could get one of those diseases. So be careful, and on the other side, you could be dealing with some hard legal issues, investments, taxes, inheritances, and so on. Until now, you have felt very depressed about all those issues, but now, bam! Something new will happen. Maybe the great grandmother will die and leave you some fortune. Maybe you will get some deal proposal coming from your friend because your friendship circles will be involved in this. Maybe a friend will tell you where to invest your money, stocks, bonds, and blah blah blah, and so on. So you could use this eclipse for your benefit. Okay, I've covered all signs in short, and in the next video I will give you the overview of the next whole year. And I'm very afraid that the next year will be doomed. I don't like astrologers announcing their overviews with this catastrophe and that catastrophe and that catastrophe and that. And sometimes when I listen to them, my daughter passes and say, "Oh, sister, give me a break," because I have one of great Vedic astrologers, a great lady, but she's so dramatic, and my daughter asked me, "Why you are listening to her again?" Yeah, I love her, but she's so overly dramatic. But this year it seems I will become overly dramatic as well, and I would wish so much I'm wrong. But let's see what will happen during the next year, and we will see how good I am at astrology predictions. Okay, this is it for now. See you in the next video in the 5 minutes and wish you all the best. Love you all. This was your astrologer Kira. Bye.